All right, let's talk about one of the biggest headaches in finance, bank reconciliation. You know what I'm talking about today? We are going to see how to take that manual soul crushing mess and turn it into automated magic, all inside SAP. Let's jump in right. You know the feeling, right? It's the end of the month. Your books say one thing, the bank says another, and that little gap, well, that's where your weekend goes, right? Just manually ticking and tying every single line. But what if? What if we could fix this all of that just with one click? Okay, to see that, we are not going to just talk theory, we are going to follow a real world example, the Enhanced Group. Well, we'll dive into the March 2025 financials and see how exactly this headache plays for a real company. And this is where it all starts. They began the month perfectly fine, everything matched, but by the time March was over, the numbers were off. This single discrepancy is the very reason we are going on this whole automation journey. Now, when you look at their month, it seems super simple. In just four transactions, a payment out, some cash in, some usual bank fees and interest. You would think, how hard could that be to reconcile? Famous words, right? You hear the big question, why don't the balances match? And why, maybe more importantly, how can we stop this from happening again? How do we build something that just fixes it automatically every single month? No more late nights. Well, the answer's actually already sitting within the SAP. It's a fantastic tool called the Electronic Bank Statement, or EBS for short. And this is our hero. This is the thing that's going to take all that chaos and turn it pure automated clarity. So, what is this EBS thing really? Think of it like a smart assistant. It grabs the file from your bank, reads every single line, understands what it's looking at, and then boom, it automatically posts all the right journal entries to match and clear everything. It's basically the tireless digital accountant. The simple isn't magic out of the box. We have to teach how to read our bank statement. Now, don't worry, this isn't really as scary as this. It's just about setting up a simple rule book for follow. And I love this. You know, every bank has its own weird codes and jargons on their statements. Well, our job is to build a translation dictionary so SAP can speak a bank's language fluently. And this whole learning process breaks down into three simple steps. First, we give it a vocabulary. These are your GL accounts, like your main bank account and your clearing accounts. Then we teach it the grammar. These are the posting rules that say if you see this, then do debits and credits. And finally, we build a transaction key which connects the bank's weird codes to the grammar rules we just made. Vocabulary, grammar, translation. That's it. All right, let's make it real. A posting rule for a simple outgoing payment. For this bank, that kind of transaction has the code NTRF. So here's the logic we plug into the system. We tell it, hey SAP, anytime you see the code NTRF, you do two things. One, you credit the main bank account because cash went out. And two, you debit the outgoing payment clearing account. And that second part, that's the magic. That debit is what knocks out the original entry, brings the clearing account to zero, and proves that item is officially reconciled. And really, we just do that again and again. We build a unique rule, a little piece of grammar for every single transaction type we could possibly get from the bank. Incoming payments, bank charges, interest, you name it. It's like building that dictionary one word at a time until it's complete. Okay, so the system has been to language school. It's fluent. Now for the fun part, the payoff. Let's feed it a real bank statement and watch this whole thing work. So this is what the bank statement gives us. Now it likes like a computer code, but it is a standard empty 940 text file. Okay, well, so it has everything balances like codes, like NTRF, of course, the amounts. This is our raw material. So, what does the accountant have to do at the end of the month? Well, seriously, they just go to one single transaction, FF underscore 5. They point to that file from the bank and click go. That is it. All that brain power we put into the configuration is now just sitting there, waiting in the background, ready to do all the work, and boom, look at that. Instantly, the system rips through the file, recognizes every single one of those transaction codes, applies the rules we taught it, and splits out four perfectly formed accounting documents. Zero manual data entry, zero chances for a typo, it just works. But this right here is the real proof. This is the money shot. On the left, before you see those clearing accounts with open balances just sitting. They're waiting for someone to fix them, and on the right, after check it out, perfect, zero balances. Every single thing has been cleared automatically. That is what we are talking about. Okay, that's great for the simple stuff, but you know what? Real life is messy. What happens when the bank gets lazy and uses the same transaction code for two totally different things? Well, this is where SAP gets ready, really clever. So here's the new puzzle. The bank uses the code NCHG for regular bank charges, but they also use it for foreign exchange fees. If we only look at the code, we are stuck. We can't tell them apart, so we can't post them to different GL accounts. How in the world do we get the system to see the difference? The answer is an incredibly powerful little tool called a search string. And that big idea here is that we are going to tell SAP, hey, just stop just looking at the codes. I want you to actually read the words in the description and look for a specific keyword. And the setup for this is so elegant. We just create a new rule that says, pretty much in plain English, look for the exact text, forex charges. If you find the text, I want you to completely ignore the normal rule for NCHG. Instead, use this new special rule we made just for forex fees and check that the result. It's perfect. When we upload the file, the regular bank charges post to the normal bank charges account just like before. But the one that is the word forex charges in the description, the system catches it and intelligently sends it to that separate forex GL account. It's brilliant. Same code, two different results, and all of it happened automatically. So this really brings us to the big takeaway, doesn't it? We just watched a complicated manual, super annoying process get turned into a simple set of rules that a computer can handle flawlessly. And that leaves me with one final question for you. What's the bank wreck in your job? What's that one tedious, repetitive, rule based thing you're still doing by hand that is just begging to be automated? Hope you have liked this video. If